Okay, converting between radical and exponential form. Everyone found that spot? Okay, 16 to the 1/2. We actually learned this last time. What does an exponent of 1/2 even mean?
Squared. It's like 16 to 2. Yeah, it's squared.
Last time we did it.
Squares.
Squared? Close. I think you're on the right track. I don't square it. What does a half mean? Square root. So a half is the same as doing a square root. And technically, here's what happens. It's a 16 to the 1 and the second root. That's technically what it is doing. In math, when we have a 1 exponent, we don't write it. And when we do a square root, we don't write the 2, because it's just a common fact that when you square root something, it's the second root of it. So simplified would be 4. Okay, so I wrote it like this, but you would never see me write it with a 1. You would see me doing it like this, just the cubed root of 27. So how do I write that? 27 to the exponent. What would you write as an exponent if you're doing the cubed root of something? 1/3. And do we remember what the cubed root of 27 is? So something times itself times itself. 3. Okay, this is the 5th root of 32. So if you really wanted to think about it, it would be like that. It'd be a 1, and then there'd be a 5 there. So how would I write that as an exponent? 32 to the 1/5. Does anybody know what you could multiply by itself 5 times and get to 32? 2, yeah. 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2, I'm up to 3 now, is 8. Times another is 16. Times another, I did 5 times is 32. Okay, how would you write this one? 8 to the 1/3. Counting twins here.
I'm going to count who all has a twin for Spirit Day.
Okay, what does 8 to the 1/3 mean? The same thing as? The cubed root of 8. It'd be like that, the cubed root, 1/3. Do you see how I'm getting the 1/3? Or, in other words, just the cubed root of 8. And what is the cubed root of 8?
2.
What? 2. 2 times itself times itself. Okay, how would I change this? X to the? It's not 5/9. Any other guesses?
9/5.
9/5. Okay? Whatever the root number is always the bottom part of your fraction. The root number, if I'm taking the square root of something, the bottom is 2. If I'm taking the cubed root, it's a 3. Okay? Obviously, I can't simplify that. Okay, can you rewrite this as a radical? So there's a 16. Where are you going to put a 3? Where are you going to put a 4?
4 as like the root.
The fourth root of 16 cubed. We are going to learn how to get that, but I haven't taught you it yet. So you will know the answer by the end of that, but I can't show you now. Okay. Next one. The square root of x to the 7th. So do you understand when you do the square root, what's really the radical number you're taking?
2.
2. There's a secret 2 out there, but I'm not going to ever show us.
So if there's nothing.
If you do a square root, it's the second root of something. Yeah. It's implied that you're taking the second root of it. So how?
Instead of roots of 1, like,
Then it's just itself. Yeah.
we should do that.
Okay, so what would you do here? X to the what? What do you think? 2/7 or 7 over 2? 7 over 2. Anytime there's a square root, it's a 2 on the bottom. Okay, how do I change this into a radical? So where did I put the 5 and where would I put the 7? 7th root of x to the 5th. Okay, the next one's a little bit tricky here. What kind of radical am I taking out of everything? The what's root am I doing here? The 4th root. Do you see that? Because there's a 4 on the bottom and a 4 on the bottom. So I'm taking the 4th root of an x cubed and a y. Okay? It is not wrong to put a 1 on top of the y, but it's not needed, so I'm not going to write it. Does that make sense to you? You could have a 1 here. Okay, what does this mean in a radical? What does 1/2 mean again? Just a square root. Okay, and again, all of this could have a 1 and there could be a 2 out there, but I don't write those. Okay, I'm going to separate this. The square root of 9 doesn't really work nicely, so I am just going to leave it with the square root of 9. And what is the square root of an x to the 4th?
No idea.
What times itself gets you to the x 4th? x2. An x squared times an x squared would get you an x4.
Isn't the square root of 23?
Oh, yeah, what am I doing? I was thinking a cubed root for some reason. Sorry, yeah, thanks. Square root of 9 is 3, and the square root of x 4th is x squared. Okay. This would have a what exponent? So I'm going to put it in brackets, and it's a square root, so just a 1/2. Brackets are important there. Because the whole unit is under the square root. Okay, next one. What root number am I doing? The what's root? What's common right here? The fifth root. So you're going to take the fifth root of M9Y7.
We're gonna have to put this in like word problem context, or are we
Nope.
just filling out a table like this in text?
Just converting it like in a table or something. Yep. I might give you one that's in this form and you have to make it in that. I might give you one that and you have to switch it to that. Okay, and this last one, if I put it in exponential form, it would be 27m9. That whole unit is to the, how do I write an exponent on that? 1/3. Cubing something and cubed rooting it. Cubing something, cubed rooting it. Know the difference. Okay? Can you actually simplify this for me? What's the cubed root of 27? 3. What's the cubed root of m to the 9th? 3. Yep. M cubed, m cubed, m cubed would make it m 9th. M cubed times an m cubed times an m cubed would make a m to the 9th. Because you would have to add their exponents like that.